what the N.C.I.C could tag, right?
Yeah.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission has ordered former Deputy President Gachagua to desist from making statements that may stir ethnic hatred and incite violence, right?
Yeah.
In his political takers with President William Ruto. So I think Rachel Kainda amepata information, right? So citing Mr. Gachagua recent remarks on petition seeking the removal of Chief Justice Martha Koome, the commission ruled the former deputy out of order, saying he was abusing freedom of speech. In his speech in Meru, Mr. Gachagua accused President Ruto of plotting to remove the CJ ahead of the 2027 elections due to her ethnicity. So we are not maybe against the beloved man Gachagua, all the officials from the N.C.I.C, but we are just making you understand what is going on. Yeah. So at some point we really need to be open with everything which is going on, so that we can know where to face and the direction that we need to take. Yeah. So kuna hii point ya pili Tilda, sijui kama maybe unaweza isoma tu. Yes. The second point yenye Rigathi Gachagua could make. Yes, could make. Yes.
For us to fly for us to fight corruption, Ruto must go. Corruption has been there for a long time. Yeah. Was Ruto there? Corruption was there. You can't tell me you want Ruto to go, corruption to stop. Uhuru was there, corruption was there. Kibaki was there, corruption was there.
Moi was there,
corruption was there.
I don't know about Jomo Kenyatta because you know God umechukua government. So I can't speak anything about Jomo Kenyatta. But you do have a point. That corruption has been always here. He didn't come with corruption. But maybe, do you think that his enanciness ameongeza na like way na gia fulani? Sindio?
Yeah.
Felix, what do you think about that?
Fighting corruption, it will remind you that you have a long way to go.
Yeah.
It is not easy as you think. Na hakuna mahali hakuna corruption, even those developed countries. I'm telling you the truth. Corruption is everywhere.
Except
right?
in China.
You sure?
In China, corruption can never.
Anyway. So, Zulfa, kufight corruption inamaanisha mmebadilisha system ya transact na kutumia pesa. Let me tell you, do you know that okay, what do you think story ya kubadilisha the face of our Kenyan money ilikuwa nini? Si ilikuwa ku fight corruption if possible, and at some point ku avoid zile pesa zenye zilikuwa za shortcut. Right? But still watu wanalia mambo na corruption, hadi unaona kwa hizo points bado corruption iko hapo. Right? But the best thing to do away with corruption, my sister, yes? Kitu ya kwanza, watu kama kwa mfano watu kama polisi, sawa? Waongezewe pesa kidogo tu kwa mshahara, zijaribu kuketa for their well-being, right? You know, when a police officer kwa mfano anapata pesa kidogo, kuna vile anapata kuna mahitaji mengi na pesa hazitoshi. So unapata like the best thing the best decision this police officer could maybe decide to take ni kuanza kuchukua some of the bribes from from the civilians, right? So kutaka kufight corruption, then you really need to think and focus on maybe improving the system of payment kwa some of the civil servants. Wakati nakuja to politicians, hapo sasa ndio one of the worst challenge iko na in fact kuifight inaka very 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 tough. Sawa? Kitu ya kwanza, no mercy kwa watu kama mapoliticians haki, there shouldn't be any sort of mercy when it comes to corruption. Just like yule mse mwenye alipatikana na mamilioni sijui ni pesa ngapi akaambiwa arudishe sijui ni 50 na ngapi. Unaona? Ingekuwa possible angerudisha zote. Lakini sasa ile formula yenye unaweza tumia ku fight corruption more so kwa politician now massive servants, just like as I said, police officers, even doctors, even any office, truly si rahisi, unless maybe people to figure out how maybe they can come up with a system that could fight this. But mimi nina swali la kuuliza, wanyinyi wakati mmejuaje pesa fulani kwa mfano zimetengwa ziende kufanya project fulani mahali, sawa? Haya, hizo pesa zenye zimetengwa truly hiyo project na inafaa kufanya nini? Kuisha. But mnakuja kushtukia kwamba even the project haijafanyika vizuri na hata imesimama. Obviously lazima mjuaje kuna pesa zenye zimekosa ndo maana hii kitu ijaenda. So kufuatilia na maybe kufanya watu kuelewa vile hizo pesa zilifujwa, that will be the moment at least the people will start fearing maybe being corrupt. But unless maybe if you have got a convincing information over that. But I think fighting corruption si rahisi.
It is true. So what is the third point?
For us to save the payslip, Ruto must go. You know, Gachagua is just bitter with Ruto because everything is on Ruto. Everything. Yeah, God.
Hey, you have started and speak like Jamaicans now. Everything must go.
Everything is Ruto. Everything is Ruto. Ruto must go. Let's just correct him a little bit. We don't need to fight. We don't need to let Ruto go and then we fight these things. We have to just start fighting. Lakini if kama mlishindwa kufight when those other people, other presidents were there, will you manage to fight it right now? Will you manage?
Like if
Ruto, this thing is like you just want to start it. You haven't even started, even said it somewhere, but now you are coming with it right now. When people we are fighting for other things, you are coming in telling us to fight for this, to stop this, and we have to do this so that this can happen. It can't happen just as easy as you think it is. I can't just tell you, Zulfa, can you jump from there to here?
I would.
Just from nowhere.
Are you paying me to do that?
And no, or even
just randomly.
Just randomly, or we are walking on our way back home, and then we see a snake, and then I just see a snake. What will you do?
I will jump, obviously.
And then you run away.
Yes,
of course. This is what he's trying to tell us. You know, this thing is so difficult. So some people will go aside and say, let's watch. Let him do, because you can't just wake up and say Ruto is going. How? It won't work. We have to start. We always say you have to have a capital to start. You can't just start from nowhere.
What do you say about that, Mr. Felix?
My sister ashasema.
Yani
ni kama amejieleza tu.
We don't need to add anything else.
Yeah, hiyo itakuwa exaggeration.
Okay. So there's pale kwenye comments before we go to the other one, there's a Rachel Kainda is like watch is it watch propaganda, do you have evidence of what he is saying?
Tushasoma.
And there's Langats Musema ukweli nasema MP Wanyama incited Kenyans against Mount Kenya citizens and leaders in Mount Elgon. and N.C.I.C did nothing. Kaluma has been tribally inciting tribalism. Busia governor incited against Mount Kenya citizen. N.C.I.C did nothing. So basically Langat anasemaje? Anasema that N.I.C is going after Mr. Gachagua. Okay, so basically my producer is telling me we're gonna have to go to Mazishi kidogo then come back. Yes? Yeah.
Amesema tumpatie muda kidogo alafu ndio tupeleke.
Okay. So let us go to the other one, Tilda.
That's number 4. For us to lower the cost of living, Ruto must go.
So basically,
Oh, my friend. To lower the cost of living. They were together. They were together telling us, Mama Mboga, we will help you, boda people. And now, boda people and Mama Mboga, they're the most crying people right now. Bottom up. But that's what they did not understand when Ruto and Gachagua used to say, bottom up. I used to tell my grandmother, do you know what, when they were campaigning, I didn't know what was it that time. But I used to ask my grandmother, let me ask you, you are just happy saying Ruto should pass because he has said bottom up. Do you know the meaning of the word bottom up?